nourish myself with spiritual food, and I am free. I nourish myself with spiritual food, I am free. I'm loving the divine in me. I'm taking the time to love me. I'm feeling the divine in me. I'm feeling the love in me. I nourish myself with spiritual food, and I am free. I nourish myself with spiritual food, I am free. Mother Nature, I love thee. Giver of life, she loves me. I remember the beauty of thee. I remember the beauty in me. I nourish myself with spiritual food, and I am free. I nourish myself with spiritual food, I am free. I remember to love me. I remember how that feels. I remember to love me. I remember how that feels. Nourish myself with spiritual food, and I am free. Nourish myself with spiritual food, I am free. I nourish myself with spiritual food, and I am free. I nourish myself with spiritual food, I am free. I nourish myself with spiritual food, and I am free. I nourish myself with spiritual food, I am free.
Join with me for a 15-minute meditation and allow the words that I speak to be the words of your own heart. As I relax and breathe into this moment, the full awareness of the oneness with Spirit is right here with me. I know there is only one source, nearer than my hands and feet. It is every aspect of me, and yet it is so much more. It is the source of everything. It is ever unfolding. It is all goodness, grace, and love. It is pure potentiality. It is all wisdom. And it is from this place that I am so thankful. I give constant thanks, for I know the best is yet to come. And yet I am living my best life ever right now. Day after day, I feel Spirit at one with me. and all my good and perfect gifts are available to me in this moment. I am surrounded by all the best in life. So I open my eyes and I choose to see my wonderful life. And I realize how amazingly blessed I am. I choose to see the positive aspects of my life today. I choose to focus on that which I want to see grow. I cease concentrating on the negative things in my life, and I concentrate on the wonderful things, for I know they are coming into reality. As I concentrate on the wonders and beauty and the grateful things in my life, even more is drawn to me. That is my point of power. I see the miracles of life, and I realize that I am part of all that is, and that I live and move and have my being within this amazing field of pure potentiality that I call God. I make a habit today of approaching life with the right mind, with the right thoughts. I am joyous. I am expectant. I have absolute faith that only the very best is for me. Over and over again, I hear the still small voice that says, I want only the best for you. So today I choose to allow only the best. I choose to be number one. I deserve it. I am worthy. Today I choose to think in a wholehearted way rather than a half-hearted way. I choose a new way of being and thinking. I know that Spirit wants all the best that I could ever possibly hold and have. So today I allow it. Today I have learned to put first things first in my life. All the very best is mine now. I know that as I do this, I give others the permission to do it as well. I choose to leave worrying for others. I know the how is up to Spirit. I know that God can. So I choose to accept and allow and have faith. I know where my faith and belief is. It is in my oneness with Spirit. It is in the knowledge that Spirit is all there is. I know my security lies in the supportive, loving embrace of the universe. Today I choose to get my values straight. Today I use meditation to see clearly how I am supported by the universe. Today I find the perfect balance in life. I raise my consciousness to greater heights. I live a wonderful life every day, connected to Spirit, in the flow. I know the kingdom of heaven is within me. It is waiting for me to recognize it. I know this to be true. I believe it. I see it in my everyday life. I know the kingdom of heaven is a state of mind. I know it is within me. I choose to open myself up to see even more of how I am connected. how my life can be heaven today. I know I can bring about anything I really desire. My every desire is of the very highest and best for me. And I know that what is good for me also benefits everyone else. I choose the desires that are the highest and best for everyone concerned. Every day, I learn to control and discipline my thinking. I know that I have achieved a lot already, and I am a student of life. I continue to get better and better in my thinking. I choose to move forward with a clear intention to persevere and to be patient. I celebrate my successes. I know that every day, a little bit more, I am able to control and discipline my every thought, word, and deed, and I bring about the most wonderful results in my life. I am working with the law of the universe. I am in the flow. I am a walking miracle, or as I like to say, a walking natural. Today I have a deep desire to make it work. I have the faith and belief that it can work. And I have a definite vision in my consciousness. I see it working out step by step. And then I release it to Spirit to bring it to me in my highest and best. I start right now to do everything that has to be done. And I have the right attitude. And I see what happens. I see everything working out in true perfection. And I always give thanks. I know that gratitude keeps the door wide open. I know that gratitude enables more and more to work out in my life. My life is filled with joy. I know the universe always says yes to me. I count my blessings every day. I know how amazingly blessed I am, and I give thanks. I know that gratitude works like magic in my life. I have seen the transformation in my life and continue to see it every day. I know that life is indeed what I make it. And because of this, my whole attitude is always looking for the best in every situation. I am a real optimist. I am a realist. I have proved it for myself, and I expect the very best in everything I undertake. I know that I can do it perfectly, for what is mine to do is always in front of me for me to choose it. So today I look at my life and see where I need to change. Now I am willing to change. I'm willing to change my thinking, my behavior, my attitudes, to allow for my best life to unfold. I learn to change, and I change quickly. I choose to move forward with clear intention, and I know that every change is indeed for the very best. So I relax and I let go, and I let Spirit take over. For I know that I am in the flow of the universe. I know that it is already done, and so it is.
Blow me a kiss before you go. Blow me a kiss and I will know. Blow me a kiss before you go. Why wait until the end to live? Why wait until the end to tell me how you feel? Why wait until the end to love? Why wait until the end to show me how you feel? This is the universal peace song. This is the universal peace song. Whether you're right, whether you're wrong, you gotta sing a new song. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la la. Let's sing about love. Let's sing about peace. Let's sing about all the good things here in heaven. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la la. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the greatest one of all? It's me, it's me, it's me. Mirror, mirror on the wall, of all. It's you, it's you, it's you. This is the universal peace song. This is the universal peace song. Whether I'm right, whether I'm wrong, I gotta sing a new song. La 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 la, 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 la. Let's sing about love. Let's sing about peace. Let's sing about all the good things here in heaven. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Why wait until the end to live? Why wait until the end to tell you how I feel? Why wait until the end to love? Why wait until the end to show you how I feel? I'll blow a kiss before I go. I'll blow a kiss and you will know. I'll blow a kiss. Jesus sabi jaga Ishwariya Jesus sabi God, Ishwariya Prem, 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 Ishwariya Prem. Ishwariya Prem, 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 Ishwariya Prem. Everything that I feel is love of God. Everything that I feel is love of God. Love of God.
Good morning, everyone. It's so wonderful to have you here again with us this morning. I posted on Facebook that it's a beautiful day here at Unity to have our live stream, and it absolutely is. So I'm so glad that you've joined us again, and we'll begin like we usually do by introducing ourselves. Reverend Anna Hokangas is me, and I'm the spiritual director here, and Emilio Zaras is our wonderful, wonderful musical, what will we call you? Genius. Absolutely. Wouldn't you agree? I see you nodding on the other side of the camera. So let's go. So My Religion is Kindness is the song that we have for our monthly theme, and I think it's just perfect, don't you?
I love this song, yes.
Yeah.
I sing it all the time. In the car. My religion is kindness. My church is nature. My God is a feeling that lives deep inside. My job is to be conscious. My path is forgiveness. My religion is kindness, and I practice it every day. Everyone has a story. Everyone has pain. When we strip away our masks, we find that we're really all the same. It's those little things we say and do that can mean so much. It's a smile, a connection, a simple love and touch. My religion is kindness. My church is nature. My God is a feeling that lives deep inside. My job is to be conscious. My path is forgiveness. My religion is kindness, and I practice it every day. Today I'm gonna ask myself, what more can I do to be a radiant child of God and let my love shine through? I'm gonna let my heart be my guide to give the best of me. I'm gonna share my joy, share my love, give it boundlessly. My religion is kindness. My church is nature. My God is a feeling that lives deep inside. My job is to be conscious. My path is forgiveness. My religion is kindness, and I practice it every day. Woo! Time to dance. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Then Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came running after. She said, Jack, tell me, what can I do to help ease your mind? He said, hold my hand and just be kind, and I know that I'll be fine. My religion is kindness, my church is nature, my God is a feeling that lives deep inside. My job is to be conscious, my path is forgiveness, my religion is kindness, and I practice it every day. My religion is kindness, my church is nature, my God is a feeling that lives deep inside. My job is to be conscious, my path is forgiveness, my religion is kindness, and I practice it every day. My religion is kindness, and I practice it every day. My religion is kindness, and I'm gonna practice it every day.
Awesome, awesome.
I love it.
And what a great idea, eh? The idea of my religion is kindness.
Yes, yes.
You know, it's what drives me.
Yes, I love it. I love it. And it's inclusive.
Yes.
It's for everyone.
And now, one of my favorite songs, and I know you in the audience, many of you love this song too, by Ricky Byers Beckwith, Holy, Holy Way, and I really like how you do it.
Thank you, thank you. Gertie, I'm thinking of you. And who was it, Sandy?
Sandy May.
Sandy May. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me learn from all the ways I fall. Let me learn from all the ways I fall. Oh, let me know that love can heal us all. Let me know that love can heal us all. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me know that love is all around. Let me know that love is all around. Oh, let me share the good that overflows. Let me share the good that overflows. Oh, let my stance rebuild a path of peace. Let my stance rebuild a path of peace. Oh, let me talk each day a little kinder. Let me talk each day a little kinder. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me live in a holy, holy way.
And in this place of living in a holy way, please join with me in consciousness for this opening intention, this opening prayer. As I breathe and relax, I invite you to join me in this consciousness of the I. I know that there is only one divine essence that permeates all things seen and unseen. It is spirit, it is the creator, it is the universe, it is the infinite field of pure potentiality, and I have my existence within it. It is what breathes me, what transforms my cells into new cells. It is all of me, and yet it's so much more. And it's in this place that I recognize that I have the freedom to fully be who I am and to fully recognize that I am fully supported in every way. Feeling so blessed, feeling so supported, feeling the absolute benevolence and love that is spirit. I let go with a grateful heart, and I say, and so it is.
You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth. And who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth. And who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth. And who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth. And who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth. And who I am and all I do is a blessing to the world. Sing it with me. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth. And who I am and all I do is a blessing to the world. One more time. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth. And who I am and all I do is a blessing to the world. I'm a blessing to the world. I'm a blessing to the world.
Yes, you are, Emilio. And so are you. You are a blessing to the world. Today's daily word is a Unity publication, and the word is guidance. I am divinely guided. Guidance can be easy to find in the outer world. Maps and GPS technology can help me navigate my way just about anywhere, even when she takes me someplace I don't want to go. Everywhere I go, there are signs marking streets, adorning storefronts, and providing just about every kind of information and opinion imaginable. Spiritual guidance often is not as evident, but it is much more valuable. This guidance can come to me as a persistent tug on my attention, as a gut feeling or intuition, or even in a dream as I sleep. I pay attention to the guidance I receive and step out in faith to move my steps in its direction. I know that the spirit of wisdom and love within me are always guiding me to blessings of greater peace, love, and prosperity. Make me to know your ways, O Lord. Teach me your paths. Psalm 25:4. So this year has been the year of perfect vision, 2020, and looking at all of the many ways that we can see life through a spiritual lens. And boy, has it been the perfect theme for the year. As all of this stuff out there is going on, how can we look at things through a spiritual lens? So I invite you to think about that as things arise this week. And this month, we're looking at unchained spirituality. And that means with no attachments to anything other than the spiritual wisdom that comes from within you, because within you is where Source communicates with you. So welcome to Unity. We're really here to just be your extended spiritual family, and I'm so glad that you're here. And we're always looking at ways to look at life today in a relevant way, and how can we implement our spirituality into everything that's going on, hopefully to create a more peaceful, fair, just, and healthier planet. So welcome. Our topic today is none are free until all are free. Now, I didn't ask Emilio this question, but I'm going to just turn to him right now and say, what does that mean for you, that statement, none are free until all are free?
For me, it means that we're all connected and we're all one, really. And whatever another is experiencing, I too am a part of it. And even the good or the bad, whatever is happening for someone else, there's a part of that that is within me that is a potential, perhaps. Mm-hmm. But if I recognize that, then there is no separation, and therefore it's just a matter of recognizing that it is important to honor everyone and not feel superior to anyone else, but to know that we're all equal, and that's it.
Did you come to that understanding early on in your life, or is that something that's only more recent? I mean, as in the last decade or a couple of decades? Or sorry, not 2 decades. You're too young for that.
No, you're right. 5 decades. Yeah, right. I think innately I knew that we are all one. There was a part of me that knows, we all know the truth. We all know that there's something bigger going on, and that we're all, for me, recognizing that I'm one with everything and I'm one in God. That is the bottom line for everything. And knowing that God is in all things and in everyone, there is no separation. That gives me a lot of peace. That gives me a lot of trust in whatever is unfolding in the world, regardless of what it looks like, that there is something bigger going on, and that it'll all turn out, it's a part of our evolution, it's a part of our growing consciousness, knowing more deeply who God is within each and every one of us.
Okay, thank you. So how about you? What does none are free until all are free mean for you? I know when I think about that, I think about having learned Ho'oponopono and Dr. Hugh Len, and how he spoke about how he was able to heal all of these people that were criminally insane by just healing something within himself. And so I was thinking about that this week and wondering what resonates with me when I think about the idea of freedom. What resonates for you? Like, what does freedom really mean for you? So Jesus said, "Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." Now, what do you think that he meant by that? He was actually speaking to the Pharisees, I believe, at this point. This was out of Mark 25, I think. And he was speaking to the Pharisees about a woman who was being condemned for having been an adulteress. And he basically said to them, have any of you ever done anything that is not correct? And if you have, then then you can judge her. But if you have done something that's not correct, then you can't judge her, because I don't judge her. And, you know, when you think about the lesson that's in that, we all have issues. We've all done things, sometimes ignorantly, that are just because we didn't know any better. We had no idea. We had blinders on. I know I've had blinders on. I think about the times when I was growing up and I really didn't understand, so I was really following the prompts of what my parents thought and behaved that way until I knew differently. I remember my dad, who had to learn how to speak English when he came to this country, but he also had to make a living. And so he was working with construction crews, and there were pockets of different nationalities, Italian, French. I don't think there were many Chinese people, but mainly Italian and French, and then English workers. And he would come home and he would have these derogatory slang terms for these, the group of Italian men or the group of French men. And I grew up believing that somehow they were different than me until I started to go to school. And then at school, all of these kids were my classmates. And I saw them just all as really unique and different, and started to understand that my father's viewpoint was so narrow in terms of the negative experiences he had that he just basically painted them all with the same brush. And I don't know why or how I had a more open viewpoint. Maybe it was because I was young and I was open to just being friends with people and got to know them and got to understand who they were, that I was not as judgmental. I don't know. But I remember even as a teenager, my family had a clothing business, designer clothing business. And so it was something that was done quite often in our family was, oh, look at how slumpy or frumpy or terribly fitting that person, you know, is looking in whatever they're wearing, and being really critical about how people were dressed. And I actually went into the beauty business doing hair because that was so much part of my world. But I came to understand, and I actually used that to my benefit, because I understood that if somebody felt really good about how they looked, that they could tackle any negative things that were happening in their life. And so I made it my mission as a hairdresser to give them the best that I could give so that they would be really happy when they left, so that when they were putting their best face on and their greatest hairdo on, that somehow their life would be better. I came to understand, though, as I got older and wanted more out of life, and the spiritual side of me wanted to grow, that wasn't enough. How you looked on the outside really shouldn't matter. And so I began to struggle with the idea that I want you to know me, not the outside of me. And it took me a lot of years, because I had been in that facade type of industry for almost 44 years, to be comfortable with just, sure, I still pull myself together. I put my pink lipstick on and I do my hair and I do all of those things. I do them for me just because it feels good. But now I'm more willing to show you who I am because I feel free. How did that happen? I think it happened over time. I think it happened because the spirit, the soul in me really wanted to reveal itself and just be authentic. So have you had that yearning? Are you feeling like people don't really see you? And is it because they don't? Or is it because you haven't been willing to reveal yourself? How free do you feel? Just a question. So we're going to look at, I'm sorry you can't see this very well, we're going to look at skeletons and white shirts and Hinduism today, all having to do with this idea of freedom and everyone being free. So the first one, skeletons, is a little video, and many of you have seen it before. It's Love Has No Boundaries, but I think it's a really perfect time to show it again, and then I'll talk a little bit more about that once we've watched this video. So enjoy. It's about 3 minutes long. that a great video? It's a really interesting thing, isn't it, that when we see something like that, there's really no judgment. We're not looking at, gee, you know, were the arm bones the right length, or were the hand bones bigger or smaller, or any of that. So how did we learn to have these biases and these judgments and all of that about people? Like I thought about myself, for instance, and I experience prejudice and judgment because of the fact that I'm so heavy. And people look at me and make a preconceived notion about who I am or how I live or those kind of things because of how I look, until they get to know me and maybe they see something different, maybe they don't. I mean, there's a great saying about, you know, what you think of me is none of my business. And yet, I don't know about you, but don't you feel sensitive when you know that you're being judged? It's pretty hard to really stand up and be confident when you know that you're being bombarded by this energy of judgment. And so I'd like to touch on some of the unconscious biases that we might have. And I know that I shared some of that already. I started out with some unconscious biases based on how my parents saw the world and what I was taught by how they saw the world, and had to unlearn that. And so things like gender bias, I remember back when I had a boyfriend when I was a teenager, and he met this young man that was just the greatest friend, and they were friends for about 6 months. And when this friend finally was able to feel comfortable enough with him, he revealed that he was gay. And this boyfriend of mine went running in the other direction. Just couldn't stand the idea of ever being even in the same room with him. And I remember not understanding, like, how could somebody be such a good friend to you? And then when you discover something about them, that you run and you're afraid. Like, where did that fear come from? And perhaps for him it was an unconscious, until it became a conscious bias based on how he grew up. I don't know, I haven't seen him, so I don't know where he's at today. But do you remember unconscious biases that became conscious as you were growing up, as you had experiences, as you had, any kind of experiences like that where you changed your mind? So there's gender bias. Then there's the horn halo effect, where you see someone as either you see them good because of something about them, or you see them bad and you paint them with that brush just because of something, some aspect of them. Or let's say a name bias. Now, if you didn't know me and you heard the name Anne Ahokangas, you might think, I wonder if that's Indian or Chinese or some other ethnic background. I remember I had kids in school who just called me Genghis Khan because it was easier than saying Ahokangas. And I remember thinking that, that's crazy. It didn't bother me, but still. Or similarity biases where, and this is on Facebook a lot, where you just are friends with people who agree with you and like the stuff you do, and if they say anything contradictory, you just unfriend them. And that's a bias. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's to recognize that you too may have biases that are influencing how you see the world and how you interact with people. And of course, what we're teaching here, what we're looking at in spirituality, is how can we each be more open and live deliberately, and think as God would think, because we are the hands and feet of the Creator. And, there's that, what would Jesus do? And many of you ask that question when you're faced with a situation, because that allows for a broader perspective, doesn't it? And I know that our founders, Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, basically were teaching that. We're teaching that idea that spirituality and the oneness are really what's important here. So maybe it's a right-hand bias. I know my husband is left-handed. Now, the reason he's left-handed isn't because he chose to be left-handed. He was born with a right hand that had 2 thumbs on it. And so they had to do multiple surgeries when he was a kid. And as a consequence, he was forced to use his left hand and became very proficient at it. Unless you read his handwriting, then you'll know he's not really that proficient. Sorry, Randy. But I have to get an interpreter to read some of his handwriting. So, do you remember in school even, like, did you experience right hand or left hand bias? I know that I didn't, because everybody was expected to be right-handed and I happened to be, so I didn't happen to experience that bias. Or how about confirmation bias? Actively looking for information that supports a decision that you've made and overlooking opposing facts or views. I don't know about you, but I find myself sometimes really needing and really wanting to be right. And trying to find people to rally, like, yeah, don't you agree, don't you agree? Somehow that energy of your approval of me makes that decision right. And I've found that as I move forward in life these days, that I'm looking for an opposing view. And I'm actually at the stage of the game where if you have opposed me or questioned me, I may even say thank you to you and say, thank you. That really pushed a button. But somehow I was able to then look at it and say, is there another way of looking at it? So thank you for bringing that up for me. I've recognized now that when my buttons are being pushed, that's a good thing. That's a thing to say thank you for. So has somebody pushed your buttons lately? Maybe I just did. And can you sit back? And Emilio's laughing at me here because it's probably true. I think I may have pushed his button. But it's interesting, isn't it? Or age bias. There was a time where in hairdressing, I was 30 years old and most of my clients were 40 or 50. I thought they were ancient. And now that I'm way beyond 40 or 50, my age bias has changed a lot. And now I meet elderly people, like I'll say 80s, 90s, and I haven't been lucky enough to meet anybody in their hundreds, and now I look for the wisdom. But I had a real bias for a certain amount of time about age. So in Galatians 5:1, it is for freedom that Christ has set us free. Stand firm then, and do not let yourselves be burdened again by a yoke of slavery. And this was talking to the people who were being moved from slavery in Egypt. And basically, think about the metaphysics of the word Christ. It's your divine potential. It's the perfection that lives within you. And slavery is putting the power into external conditions. And what that's saying is that you can truly be free when you live through the Christ presence, which is the Spirit within you, the Creator expressing through you, and that nothing has power over you out there. That's a decision. You can let that have power over you, but why not take your power back? Why not remove that yoke of slavery and just be free instead? We think we're conscious. We think we're looking and we're actually seeing everything. But the thing is that we're not. And I remember when I was younger, let's say my teens, for instance, and I was supposed to meet somebody in a crowded restaurant, which isn't the case these days because of COVID, and I would be so nervous that I wouldn't be able to find them, that they could be standing right in front of me in that restaurant, waving their hands, and I wouldn't see them. And then I would be embarrassed not only having found them, but that they were there and I didn't see them. And so how many times have you had the opportunity to say, how did I miss that? Or let's say you're driving down the same road, and like the other day I said to Randy, oh, did you notice that sign? He says, oh yeah, that's been there for a year. And I'm thinking, how could I have driven this every day for a year and not seen that sign? And so every one of us is going through life, seeing things through our own lens. And when you start to recognize that that's a really unique perspective for you, then it allows for a freedom to know that there is so much more going on. And I know that as we learn more about our spirituality and about the oneness that we truly are, that we are transforming the world. You are. One thought at a time, one recognition at a time, one deliberate choice at a time. You're bringing about that freedom for you, and as a consequence, that freedom for everyone else. So is there someone in your life who believes in you more than you believe in yourself? I know I can think of a number of people in different decades and phases of my life who really were there and believed and supported in me. And I think about all of these people when I think of freedom that are incarcerated or have something that is not allowing them to have the kind of freedom that they would like and that they deserve. That it came from somehow not having that loving support, living in a place of fear, living in a place of needing to try and fit in and belong when it really may not have been the healthiest thing to do. And yet, we see it all the time. And so, can we eliminate jails and eliminate incarceration and eliminate creating limits? Not at this point, but we're getting there, better and better all of the time. I know I made a real concerted effort when my son was growing up, especially when he started to be old enough to be to be able to go to school on his own or take the bus on his own. And my theory was that until you do something that goes beyond the boundaries of what is safe and healthy for you, I'm going to let you explore. I'm going to let you experience these things. And then I will put the limits on if I need to, if that line has been crossed in some way that just isn't healthy or just isn't a smart move. And can you imagine if each of us, if you had the opportunity, and maybe you did, grow up in that environment of safe self-exploration and exploration of the world. And that's the kind of safe space that I hope that I'm creating as I move forward. And I invite you to consider doing that too. How can you be supportive and be that person who is like the cheerleader for someone else who may be struggling right now? Our desire to belong has produced much of the world's problems. It's also produced much of the greatest things that have happened in life. But like anything, there is the two sides to the coin. So do you believe in God because it's a solution for your life? I remember Reverend Sharon at Unity Kitchener telling me, for the very first time having heard this, God doesn't do anything. I went, what? She said, God is principle. It does nothing. It works through you. And trying to get my head around this idea that, well, then who am I praying to? Like, what? Why even bother? If God isn't going to fix anything, what? And I slowly, gradually started to understand that I'm the hands and feet of Spirit, and I need to take action, whatever that action is, to be the solution. And maybe that action is to just recognize that I am in this divine presence and that there are infinite possibilities for me. And as soon as I'm open to it, that it starts to show up in the most wondrous ways. So are you ready to take that first step, to be open to the possibilities? In Hinduism, I really like watching Sadhguru on YouTube. And so he was talking about Hinduism, and this was something I didn't know, so I thought I'd like to share it with you. He said basically that the Hindu people, have never had one authority to spread spiritual process. And that Hindu is a geographical and cultural identity born out of the river Indus It never was a religious identity, and yet I always thought Hinduism was a religion, and yet it's not. He says that this is the only culture on the planet without a religion of its own. I mean, I know that there are many, like the English, for instance, that really tried to impose religion on the Hindu people, but that they maintained their identity, most of them did. And what he was saying was that you can have 5 people in the same household worshiping different gods because they believe in a creator and that every cell, every atom, everything that is in the world is that creator in manifestation. And so whatever you may call your God is okay, and that they don't fight about it. And when people came into India from other cultures, they would say, we are this, as in Catholic or Protestant or something like that. And they wanted the Hindu people to define themselves. And they said, what are you? And they did not even understand that question. It's like we just are, and we appreciate the Creator, and we know where we've come from, and we know the value of that, and we know the value of every living and non-living thing. Pretty phenomenal. So do you believe in God because it's a solution for your life? It is, but not in the way that you thought, right? It is when you understand that Spirit is everything that you are. And when you're open to that, when you open your spiritual eyes, that life starts to be more joyous, more peaceful, because you're guided, internally guided, through what feels right for you and what doesn't feel right. And I don't mean compulsive desires like, oh, chocolate feels so good, so that must be God. Well, yeah, it is, but that's a compulsive physical behavior, putting your strengths and your possibilities out there, whereas your possibilities are in here. Do you think if you go to God, your problems will go away? And that's again that thing. God, the Creator, Spirit is principle. It is loving. It is grace. It is benevolence. But it's not out there. It's right where you are. In Hinduism, there are many paths, as many paths as there are atoms in the universe. And, you know, I contemplated that and wondered how different would I be if I had grown up understanding that absolutely everything, pardon me, is divine. How would that have changed you as you were growing up? How is it changing you now? In Hinduism, there is the freedom to create your own God. So they don't use the word God like we do. And that's a semantical thing. I sometimes actually call it George, or the infinite field, because it allows me to recognize that I don't want to put a label on it, if you know what I mean. I want to recognize it as the essence of absolutely everything. There is no word for heretic in the Hindu language. And that's because heresy means heresy, and they don't believe in that. There is not a single atom in existence without the hand of the Creator in it. And that was Sadhguru who said that. There is not a single atom in existence without the hand of the Creator in it. That means that you're divine, you're beautiful, you're magnificent, and so is everyone else, even if their behavior doesn't seem to be in alignment with that. At the core of who they are, at the essence of who they are divine. The Creator is doing every vital process. Heart, breathing, replicating. You're not doing it, right? Every atom is a doorway to the Creator. And Myrtle Fillmore really learned about that, where you're a child of God and you don't inherit disease. And so she spoke to every cell, every atom in her body, until her body transformed into that which was divine, healthy. And she lived a long and beautiful life. We're living in a time when more and more people are actively seeking liberation or freedom. So what does liberation and freedom mean for you? And maybe it still is out there. But I invite you to consider that as you breathe into the idea of spiritual freedom, that freedom becomes your reality out there. And it seems backwards to think of it that way, but that's how it works. So human well-being must include a spiritual dimension. So none are free until all are free. So think about the skeleton video, for instance, or not seeing the gorilla with all of the people with the white shirts, or the concept of Hinduism and how beautiful that viewpoint of life is when they see that all of life has the hand of the Creator in it. And so it is. This is a beautiful song by Dedri Francois. Hi, Dedri, if you're seeing us. I am free.
We love you, we miss you. I'm grateful to have learned the truth. I've listened to the words my heart has spoken. Divinely blessed and guided, I no longer search fulfillment from excuses with no purpose. I am free, free from all the shackles that surround me, free to choose to give my life new meaning, free to change, to love and fold my destiny. I am free. I lift the veils that shadowed me. I see the love and beauty that abounds me. No longer cling to thoughts I thought protected me. I braved it all, and now I live with purpose. I am free, free from all the shackles that surround me, free to choose to give my life new meaning, free to change, to love and fold my destiny. I am free. I bless my past mistakes. Bless all the scars they've made. I've blessed them all, the lessons learned. They brought me where I am today. I am free, free from all the shackles that surround me, free to choose to give my life new meaning, free to change, to love and fold my destiny. I am free, shackles that surround me. Free to choose to give my life new meaning. Free to change, to love and fold my destiny.
Beautiful. And from this place of I am free, say this prosperity affirmation with me. From the love of pure spirit in me, I bless all that I give. It goes forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith in the good in my life. It does great work in the world, and it returns to me multiplied abundantly. I am prosperous. Daniel Nahmod's song, One Power. I know this is your favorite.
It is.
Yes, mine too.
All time. One power, one power, one power. There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth, as simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, oh, one power, one power. We speak so many languages, have different clothing, different colors, different names. But different is only dangerous when we forget that in our hearts we're all the same. And we'll remember when we close our eyes to see that such distances were never meant to be. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, Hashem, or heaven's door. It's Muhammad, it's your mind, it's your soul, or it's your sign. It's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth or Father Time. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, oh, one power, one power. One power, one power, one power. It's the moment of creation. It's an everlasting peace. It's the freedom of forgiveness. It's the sweetness of release. It's the joy of inspiration. It's the sunshine on your face. It's the birthright of all nations. It's the boundlessness of space. It's the beauty of a baby, the serenity of sleep. It's the anger we abandon for its love that's most deep. It's one power. Forever in you and me. It's the power of the love in you and me. One power.
Yes, as Randy says, yes. Join with me in consciousness and speak these words if they're comfortable for you in our closing prayer, encompassing all in our life in this prayer. The infinite mind of God fills my consciousness with all I need to live a full and happy life. I follow the guidance. I am peaceful. I release all fear. I am living love, and so it is. And please go to our website if you have a desire for prayer. Please just go to the links there, and we are more than happy to pray with you. So breathe the same air and go into your prayerful state as you hear and perhaps sing this song.
Well, it's an idea whose time has come. A new generation decides as one of the same small planet we are born. It's never been so obvious before. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky, breathe the same air, and I think we ought to get along better, you and I. The future of history is crystal clear. The borders between us will disappear. Of the same small planet we are born. There's no foreign country anymore. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky, breathe the same air, and I think we ought to get along better, you and I. Well, some say I'm out of touch with the times, that this world is no place for a vision like mine. Well, still I can see it, and still I believe it. There's too many lives on the line. There's so many lives on the line. We breathe the same air. think we ought to get along better. You and I, we breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky. We breathe the same air. I think we ought to get along better. You and I, we breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky. We breathe the same air. I think we ought to get along better. You and I. We breathe the same air. We breathe the same air.
Thank you, everyone, and another great live stream here from Unity. Know that this is always free to you, just not free to create. So if you are feeling that you would like to give us a donation to help keep this going, we really appreciate it. Stay on the line, and you will see information on how to be able to do that for us. Thank you so much. See you next week.